Dude. 5 attempts from 0 today. Bro, this level's so good, bro. Oh my god, this is actually one of my favorite levels of all time. 64 plus 692. Wait. Yes, I know what kind. Finally, I did it. I beat the level. Oh. I thought I could do it.
So people are working just as many man hours as they were 40 years ago, but the purchasing power from those man hours is much less. And there are now numerous people my age who are having serious conversations over whether they'll ever be able to own a house outright. This idea that's supposed to be such an essential part of the American experience is legitimately becoming out of reach for many people my age. And it all has to do with this belief that real estate is supposed to be this appreciating asset, that it's not enough that you have a nice place to live that you can call your own, but that thing must also simultaneously generate you wealth by simply just sitting there and existing. No, a house can't just be a simple utility that's accessible to everyone. It has to be a money-generating device. And so now in America, there's this epidemic of people buying houses that they're not living in. And sometimes they'll rent it out, but oftentimes they'll just let it sit around with no one living in it. Entire livable structures that are being treated like a bunch of pallets of gold in a warehouse. And so when everyone just starts buying up houses as just something to have and not something to live in, it just drives up the price to where regular working people can...
You know, I did used to kind of be a chud, like a lazy fat loser with nothing going on. But I've come a long way since that, man. Like objectively, physically, mentally, like spiritually. I spent years and years of my life dedicated to becoming better.
Years, and I will do my best to make sure that you understand the reasoning behind each decision. So let's get it underway. First, let's move the most obvious thing out of the way. Lean meat like chicken breast, turkey breast or some kind of lean fish are obviously incredible for losing weight because they pack a ton of protein while being super low calorie, which as you will start to notice is something that you should be looking for when losing weight. So lean meat goes into the incredible tier, which then makes you think, what about those fattier cuts of meat? Here it really kind of depends. You are still getting a good amount of protein, which is really important on a diet, but the calorie amount for some of those fattier cuts of meat might be so high that you might find it really difficult to fit into your diet. So the conclusion is this: if you can fit your preferred cut of meat into your diet, then more power to you, go right ahead. But if you are really battling with hunger and you wish you could eat more food, then going for fattier cuts of meat instead of leaner cuts is just a pure self-sabotage. You can consume fattier cuts of meat on a diet, but only in moderation. Next up, we have something that you should not be consuming at all when you are trying to lose weight, and that is trail mix. While the food companies try their best to market it as a healthy snack, this will just blow up your diet before you are even able to realize what happened. You take one handful, two handfuls, and before you know it, you consumed 1,000 calories. This is an absolute diet killer because it's super easy to eat. And even if you are trying your hardest to cope and say, but it has healthy fats. And I mean, sure, it has some nuts, but it's also mixed with a ton of candy. And if we are being honest,
now, and people are being taken advantage of now. So I think the seat at the table needs to be advocated for and fought for as soon as possible. And for the people that think that college makes sense for their situation, I advise you to pursue it strategically. People say that America is oversaturated with college degrees. While I kind of have a mixed opinion of that, there is no confusion that we have an oversaturation of degrees that may not be worth as much. But if you make smart choices on the career path that you want to go to, college is almost always a net positive. Puts you in a better position than someone without a degree. You earn more in your lifetime with a degree, and you don't have to go to the elite colleges as Alex Karp says. You can go to a community college and have great outcomes for like 1/4 of the cost. It's obvious that the system is broken, but if you have your eyes open, you can find opportunity. I just don't see anybody offering solutions to the problem we have, rather giving young people an ultimatum. The thing I refuse to accept is the framing that it's one or the other. You either go into college, get buried in debt, or you skip it entirely, go into a non-union trade, and those are your only two options to make it out. And the people pushing this narrative, like Alex Karp, have come out and said that they benefit from the disruption.
I did not die to this place play a single time!
That's when they make their money. That's when
Get the fuck out of here!
Information and make you a target. The quickest way to do that is to replace people